Say what again? Say what again? I dare you. I double dare you. Say what one more goddamn time.
You know what he's saying. Hi everyone, and once again a warm welcome to Say What. This review episode was first intended to be published as an audio pod only, unlike our interview episodes, which always are in the format of podcasts. But since we understand that there also is a need to see these review episodes, we now make a customized version here, based on the pod versions that you can find on Spotify or among other similar places. So please be tolerant for the format, but most of all, have a funky good time. Okay. Hi Douglas.
Hi Michael.
So you have dived into this P-Funk youngster, I almost said, but he's not that young anymore. Actually, he's almost my age, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
That's quite young on the other hand, I guess. Due to the coronavirus, the world is in many ways turned upside down. So, in the spirit of that, we will start this review episode from below and up. So here is the final track, I Ain't Mad At It, from Garrett Shider's new album, Pandemic.
People out here ask me every day, is the sound of P-Funk here to stay? And I respond without any delay, you best believe the P's here to stay. Don't you know I ain't mad at it? You best believe that I'm mad at it. There's never no need to be mad at it. And I heard them say, as long as I can play my song, everything's alright. Now I gotta go, I hate to be.
The song sums up the whole album very well. The songs on Pandemic was recorded during the period where we lived with the coronavirus. And still, for the date when this is recorded, it's a reality for most of us. And the songs are partly a reaction to the corona. Sometimes claustrophobic and angry in its expression, but in conclusion, not mad at all.
And I heard them say, as long as I can play my song, everything's alright. Now I gotta.
Lessons, insights, and creativity are often born out of reactions to exceptions, such as intoxicating love, heavy disappointments, or in this case, a pandemic and chaos. And yes, in answer to Garrett's question, the P-Funk is here to stay.
Lord have mercy, pandemic, it's keeping me away from my baby. Yeah, pandemic, y'all don't hit me. Hit me. I still don't think y'all feel me. Hit me. Hit it again. Are y'all ready? These the guidelines to the future. Post-apocalyptic. No more shaking hands. No more giving kisses. No more giving hugs. No more showing love.
Garrett delivers irresistible stripped-down funk, as in the title track that you just heard. It's so funky, bad and dirty that it almost makes the coronavirus look good and polite. If the track Pandemic is his own funk trademark, There are also other standout tracks where he instead paid tribute to the legacy of the legends that shaped him. San Mateo is a fantastic track where Garrett lets the guitar speak against the soundscape of the 70s. Not to in any way reduce Garrett's amazing song, but more to put it in context. You're gonna hear a little bit from Eddie Hazel's classic California Dreaming, just to see where his influences come from. And this, as you know, is one of the musicians his father, Garrett Shider, played together during his time in Parliament-Funkadelic. Just to solidify Garrett's amazing ability as a guitarist, we have to compare his track San Mateo to another legend, Prince. First out, the intro to San Mateo, and then Prince's Colonize the Mind.
Wanna talk about it? Colonize mind. Listen to me one time. If you look, you're sure gonna find throughout mankind's history a colonized mind.
Bipolar is a mental disease or disorder, but it's also a song on Garrett's album. And as you may reference, be bipolar to a split personality and mixed emotions and stuff like that. Yeah, you can find a lot of that in this song. You got the blues, the guitar, and you got the funk. It's all up there in this claustrophobic, pandemic, amazing funk track. Enjoy.
See, nobody seems to feel my pain. There's something going on inside of my brain.
The doctor. Good Lord. Yo, man, this is Garrett Shider, aka Star Child Jr. of the Parliament-Funkadelics. And I'm on Say What?
All the amazing tracks and different genres in this album. More than anything, it's P-Funk. That's where it come from, that's where it grew up, and it's so obvious. And the most powerful, you can say, typical P-Funk track must be Lose My Nut. Wow. You got all the fun craziness, like Mr. Wiggle and Sir Nose, and it's like jumping a bit into the craziness of Moody Booty Affair or anything from the 70s. But in his own way, of course. But it's fun. It's P-Funk. It's that kind of amazing psychedelic craziness. Wow, just enjoy.
I got that wood to make it all good. Baby, I'll knock down them sugar walls till the whole building falls. Consider this your mating call. I like to stay in it for a minute. We'll keep grinding till the sun's shining. I'll nosedive between those thighs till I see that look of love in your eyes.
And we let it all go. So come on, get down
and let the juices flow. Feel so good that you want some more. Feel so good that you want some more, baby.
So come on, get down.
The humor and the funky craziness continues with the hilarious Like Pac-Man. It's funny, it's a bit dirty, and it's wow. Just have a listen, and we have to, as we have done a reference to Prince in this episode as well. I couldn't resist doing it again, because Garrett is doing a lot of crazy, funny things referencing to Breakfast, and listen yourself. So I just have to put on Breakfast Can Wait by Prince after this amazing Like Pac-Man. But wait, listen yourself. Wow.
I'm known to be a genius when it comes to cunnilingus. I got the meanest tongue game this side of Phoenix. It's nothing but the dog in me, out here trying to chase the cat. And the way I see it, ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm something like Pac-Man. I like to eat the cherry. I like to bite the apple, like to lick the strawberry. When I say I'm ready for breakfast, I ain't talking about no eggs. I'm talking about the power pellet in between your legs. Like Pac-Man, I wanna gobble you up, 'cause I'm that man. And I be lapping up your love. Like Pac-Man, good God, I wanna gobble you up. And girl, you know I feel alright when you satisfy my appetite. How about a tongue lashing before I get to smashing?
Grits and gravy,
cheese, eggs, and jam.
oh,
And can't nobody cook it like you, girl. No, ma'am. But this here early morning, need something else on my plate.
more on my
I
plate.
think I want another bite of you, baby.
Breakfast can wait.
Breakfast can wait. You really put it on me. You shut it down last night. I thought the police were gon' come.
Was it loud?
Yeah, quite. I ain't trying to make you blush. I just think you're great. There ain't no need to rush. Breakfast can wait.
Finally my eyes are open. Dream about you all night long. The only thing that I've been hoping for is for you go to work, babe. We get it on. I ain't trying to make you blush, but I just wanted to tell you I think you're great. I know you're late, but I need another taste. Breakfast can wait.
Hot cakes smothered in honey.
Looking something like the treat. You shouldn't have played around with me, baby. Now lay it back. You about to be a snack on your stomach, arch your back, so I can nosedive from behind. Check it out. Let's 69, so I know I'm going.
Yeah, Breakfast Can Wait, but not the Say What crew. I know that Douglas is more than ready to have a conversation, right? Hi, Douglas.
I might go.
So you have dived into this P-Funk youngster, I almost said, but he's not that young anymore. Actually, he's almost my age, I guess. That's
exactly.
quite young on the other hand, I guess. Garrett, let's start with Garrett.
Garrett Shider.
Yeah. First thoughts. It's an album that have, as we said in the intro here, been recorded during this pandemic period.
Yeah.
And I can start up. I think that it's kind of a mixed feelings about it, because the whole concept, small production with him and some guests, creates the whole kind of a pandemic feeling.
Exactly.
So it's kind of narrow and claustrophobic in a way. But on the other hand,
yeah.
I kind of miss background vocals, some choirs. There are so many of these talented P-Funk women, and Kendra and all of the girls there, Mannings and everyone. And I would like, he could have made a few calls and made it even more interesting.
They'll never find out we're not getting along. I'm never gonna tell it. Oh no. Until the day my suspicions are gone, I won't have to hear my friends try to tell me I'm wrong. Until the day my suspicions are gone, I won't have to hear my friends who tell me I'm wrong. Until the day.
And then maybe added some horns. I'm a big fan of funky horns.
Yeah, you're a big fan of horns.
At least on 1-2 track, somehow I'm like dying for make the productions a little bit more bigger, a little bit more complex. But on the other hand, as I started out, it should be this pandemic. He is in his flat. So it's like, I don't know. Do you feel me?
Exactly, yeah, definitely.
I guess what I mean, Douglas, is that the songs are so colorful and hilarious and funky and great in every aspect. So they kind of deserve a larger production.
Yeah, definitely.
But as I said, on the other hand, the whole concept is pandemic. It should be simple. It should be close to you. It should be like an act of desperation or frustration or... So that creates my mixed emotions, I guess. And but I must say before I forget that the guitar playing, I think that's it's so much tighter and better on this album than on his previous, and it's like it's so delightful. It's so people good.
If we talk about his voice, it reminds me of Bilal, sort of, and John Legend, actually. I was thinking about one song, and it's called Let's Get Lifted Again from his first album.
Okay, yeah.
When I listen to, for example, the song Bipolar by Garrett Shider, it reminds me very much.
Yeah, Douglas, you mentioned Bilal as well, and I think that's spot on.
Bilal.
It's a lot of similarities. The way they work with their voices, it's kind of they're not doing it in a traditional way. They're doing it in a very special and unique way. And I think that there are similarities to Garrett there as well. And while we speak of Bilal, he's a real idol of mine in the way he's true to his craft and his creativity. And he have done so many amazing things. Not only the ordinary hip hop and the way he have developed the neo soul, but the collaboration with Robert Glasper. I remember this from a Letter to Harmonium, the David Bowie cover. It's blow you away, really. And speaking of his voice and the way he uses it, I guess my favorite one is Little One.
Bilal.
It's undescribable. It's so much passion. It's a song that's a little bit forgotten, but it's an amazing song. One of my absolutely favorite songs, and the way he delivers it with his voice, it's wow. It's out of this world.
You can, and you will. You always will. Oh, you always will. No matter what it takes, I'll make sure that you find your way. I know how hard you've been trying. Yeah. I won't let you make the same mistake. Always love you, little one.
Is it out of tune? No, is it the unique kind of expression?
Exactly.
And
that was good.
I'm with you. It's the same to Garrett. When you hear Garrett, you recognize him.
I agree.
Exactly. That's Garrett singing.
Such a special connection when we have love.
His trademark, it's his kind of singing that is, it's unique. And in some way, and it kind of reminds of Bilal in a way.
Definitely.
I'm with you.
A love with a passion that's like a burning fire. A love that leaves you feeling inspired. You got a friend in me. Together we can change the world. As long as we have. Yeah. As long as we have.
You can really hear his father was a big influence, of course. If you think about all this album, of course, but "Lose My Nut," for example, that's a really funkadelic P-funk track. It could be George Clinton actually who made that track. It's really funky.
Freaky, 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 freaky. When you freak, flag, fly, find the pride. Freaky, freak, freaky, freaky, freaky. Let me lose my nut. Freaky, 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 freaky. Freaky, 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 freaky. And we let it all go. So come on, get down. Let the juices flow. Make you feel so good.
Really dig it.
Yeah, and I think when we had this conversation with Garrett, he was very honest that a lot of his jams, I don't even know if I can claim them as my own because I've been growing up with them. I guess he told us something like that.
Make sure that I do is to show that side of myself. You know what I mean? Show my own, I like to show my own abilities now, put all my own licks out there. And a lot of those licks, I can't even really claim them. You know what I mean? I've been hearing these licks all my fucking life. So, you know what I mean?
And I think that's a good thing because he have had all these enormous legends around him growing up.
Exactly.
Of course, his father, but everyone that have passed through the P-Funk community, they're like such
Yeah,
a
yeah.
talented musicians, all of them. So of course he
Exactly,
picks
yeah,
up a bit of
definitely.
everything in that, and he creates a very interesting mix out of it.
That blows.
That blows.
I got that funk dripping out my nose.
Out my nose.
That blows.
Somebody got some NyQuil.
So if we should dare to rate it from I don't know, 1 to 10.
I would say 7 actually, and that's good. That's good. So congratulations, Garrett. You have a great album.
Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for part 2 of our review episode featuring Takuya Kuruda.